I'm back in the capital for another edition of Edinburgh versus Glasgow in the Scottish Premiership. Today it is Hibs against Celtic. I say this every time I see these two teams play. If it wasn't for Hibs, we wouldn't have Celtic. Brother Walfrid was inspired by the Catholic Club of Edinburgh and began one in Glasgow, but today they face each other hundreds of years later. Hibs, they're mid-table, the form hasn't been great. They recently lost here against St Mirren, so they're going to need some points themselves in order to keep up the hunt for a European spot. But let's get back outside and speak to some fans ahead of the game. Hi Bees.
Yep.
How do you think the season's going?
Not very good. Hibs have lost quite a few games and hopefully you can get a better result tonight.
I saw you here the last time I was at Easter Road for the Rangers game.
Yep.
You're playing Celtic tonight, the other big side from Glasgow. Are you confident going into this one because Celtic dropped points in their last game?
Well, I hope they drop more points tonight.
But Hibs didn't have a good result, did they, against St Mirren recently?
No, really, I was at that game, me and my brother, but apparently they never had Martin Boyle.
Oh, Martin Boyle's a big miss.
But
Yep.
he's playing tonight.
Oh, he's back?
He's back.
Are you happy with the way the season's going so far?
Yeah, definitely, but we need more quality, like in left back and up top, so yeah, happy with what's going, but we need more quality. So.
And the manager, how do you think he's getting on?
He's getting on alright, but the board is like, should have signed more players,
You think you should have signed one or two more players in January? You're a Celtic supporter, obviously, we haven't said that yet, but you think striker and left back is where you need to strengthen, right? Back on the channel again. A little bit different. A little bit different setting here today than the last time I saw you. Was obviously up at Cove. Hibs Celtic tonight. You're working the radio, right? That'll be for.
So it's for BBC Radio Scotland. That was the day job for many years. Still do some midweeks and Sundays. So and it's lovely. It's great still to get out to the games.
And obviously both sides are in a bit wobbly form. Although Celtic, I think they won 4 before their recent draw. They've still not looked convincing, and the same with Hibs. They had a great start with Nick Montgomery, but for some reason it's just had a bit of a slide recently. What do you think going into this one? Yeah,
I think there's a lot of pressure on both teams. Hibs have made a lot of changes. They've brought in, I think, 7 players with no experience of Scottish football. And these are guys that Nick Montgomery is going to have to rely on, and they're so far back. I mean, they would have been looking at top 4, a European place, and it'll be hurting them to see Hearts so far ahead. As for Celtic, I just don't think they've hit top form for most of the season. Rangers, of course, have drawn level with them now, and
the title race has been interesting because it's flip-flop between them both a lot, hasn't it? And you can see it doing that again.
Yeah, I mean, there was Celtic had the kind of gap that obviously led to Michael Beale losing his job, and I think even at that point we all assumed Celtic would go on to win the league, so they've struggled a bit. Rangers haven't always hit top form, but Philippe Clement has found a way of getting results.
They'll have Europe to come as well, which that held them back in their run to the Europa League final a couple of years back. The games after the midweekers, they just seem to have like lead in their boots or something, and I don't know if that'll
I mean that's something they're going to have to try to get over. I'm sure they would love to have another run all the way through to the final. The league would be a big thing
in Scotland. It's a different country, isn't it? It just seems like the league is everything to these two big clubs.
And for most of my lifetime, since the glory days of the early 80s, it's all been between Celtic and Rangers. I don't see that changing. So yes, it's for the two sets of fans who support those clubs, it means everything.
And am I right in saying that Brendan Rodgers has never won here as a manager?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Did you see that changing today for Hibs?
You would have to. You see how poor Hibs were. From what I'm told, it could have been 5 or 6 at half time against St Mirren. I saw the highlights. Celtic have to find. They will have had a real kick up the backside, I suppose, seeing what now the Rangers have drawn level with them. There's a lot riding on this.
The pressure's going to be
You
massive.
would imagine they would have the quality to see it through.
But we shall see.
We will.
I always really enjoy coming to film videos here at Hibs. Always great with me, so Hibs fans and fans from around the world who watch my videos, do make sure you go and subscribe to the Hibs YouTube channel for all the Hibs content that you could ever need. But yeah, game's kicked off. Such a big game for Celtic this, if you consider that. At the weekend it's the Scottish Cup. They're already out of the League Cup. If they drop points here today, then Rangers could go very well clear. It's a season-defining week for them, particularly with the Cup game coming up. And they're out of Europe, obviously, and for Hibs as well. Yeah, Boyle back for Hibs. Newell, Levitt, two players that I like. Yuan as well, good pace. Celtic, we've got Idah and Kuhn both starting today. January signings, we've got Idah as well. We've got McGregor, the stalwart. Oh, Hibs can't clear their lines. Oh, penalty. I think it is for a handball, I want to say. Is massively on Celtic tonight after last night's Rangers versus Aberdeen game, and yeah, they've scored early on here. That'll lift a bit of pressure off Brendan Rodgers. Ultras in the corner over there, drowned out by the Celtic fans. It's a shame for the Hibs Ultras in these big games, but I do feel like to generate more of an atmosphere in this stadium, they should be moved a bit more centrally, maybe either in the middle of that stand or just behind the goal. Oh, Hibs with a huge chance. We're into stoppage time in the first half here, and neither side, apart from obviously the penalty, neither side really look threatening going forward or look like scoring even. There's Rafe Rovers number 1, former Highby, Kevin Dabrowski. What a guy he is, by the way. Is that half time? Is it half time? Yeah, it is half time. That's the first Hibs goal I've seen here for so long. Strike, edge of the box. Oh, Joe Hart looks like he should have probably saved it. It's not right in the corner. Wow, that has raised the decibel level in here. And finally, the Hibs fans are louder than the Celtic fans for the first time in this game. Game on now. 30 minutes to go. Hibs have got the bit between their teeth now. Oh, it's almost a bicycle kick. Oh my god. Straight at Joe Hart, but it's all Hibs at the moment. Idah trying to get Celtic out, but Hibs win it back. Oh, what a touch that is. He's gone down. Oh, and he's going to get booked for diving. Both sets of fans you can hear singing now. Having an amazing second half here. On comes Kyogo Furuhashi, not having the best of seasons compared to the previous couple of seasons he's had here in Scotland, but when he's on the pitch, and to be fair with a lot of the Celtic players, like they've always got that individual brilliance to win a game, but they haven't looked convincing at all. They've created less chances in this half than what Hibs have done. If anyone's going to win it, it looks like it's going to be Hibs, but again, when it comes to Celtic and Rangers, you just never know. Game's opening up a lot now. Either side, I feel like could win it. Kyogo, oh! For how boring the first half was, this game has turned out incredibly. Out of nowhere, we have a VAR call. Oh, you could hear the anguish in the stadium announcer's voice as he had to announce that there. Hibs could have won this game, they could have wrapped it up easily. Here we go, this is huge. A huge moment in the title race. Are off. Remember, I'll mention it again to check out the Hibs YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description box below. And for all the official highlights, the SPFL channel, of course. But I can't believe this game. This has been so up and down. The first half, I was like, this is going to be the quickest vlog of all time. Whereas now, you can hear the noise. I feel like Hibs have only got themselves to blame.
Oh yes, yes. Massive chance by Lewis Miller, 10 minutes to go. But to be fair, they played well. Celtic were really poor tonight. Quite disappointed with the way that Celtic played. I was expecting a lot more. But listen, Brendan Rodgers' first win at Easter Road, he'll be happy to just take that and get up the road.
I couldn't believe that when I heard that earlier on. That
yeah, I know, crazy considering the length of time he's played here before. But yeah, crazy game. The scenes in the Celtic end at the end are amazing. That's really what Scottish football is all about. I'm sure you've got some lovely shots of that, Sam. But yeah, Celtic out of jail, and Hibs probably should have nicked it.
For them though a little bit, do you think?
It maybe does, but do you know what? Title race is on, and as journalists we need that.
Hibs, they've gone a long time without a win now in the league, and I've seen Hibs play pretty poorly sometimes when I've been here. And they've not picked up points, but today I thought they played really well and they didn't get anything. I feel for the Hibs fans. I can't believe I always seem to say that, but yeah, they're an amazing club. I always really enjoy filming videos in this stadium. It's such a cool stadium, so nice to look at. But you just feel for the fans and you just wish that one day they can have a really good run in the league, win a cup. You know, these fans deserve success. But Celtic, yeah, when you've got the talented players that they have, they can always win a game at the drop of the hat, and they were pushing forward at the end there, got a VAR penalty, and there was obviously a penalty right at the start of the game as well. Huge game here in the season. Scottish football, it can be really exciting sometimes, and the season is really hotting up with Killie doing well and Dundee doing well, pushing for Europe, Celtic and Rangers fighting for the title. Relegation battle doesn't look too good for obviously Livy down there at the moment. So yeah, things are really hotting up. I hope you're enjoying the season as much as I am. I was down in Liverpool last night. I had to go from Liverpool to Edinburgh. I'm going down to Newcastle in a couple of days as well, so I'm really busy. I was in Liverpool yesterday. If you could please just click on this video that is on screen right now. I had some technical issues of uploading it, so the upload time wasn't the best, so it didn't get the best of start. So if you could just help me out by clicking that video that's on screen, it will make my night. Thank you so much, and goodbye.